everyone, today I would like to share with you about the latest SPM exam format, which is actually the new KSSM format. So let's have a look at question number 1 for objective question. This is actually standard form. For standard form, normally we will write in this form, which is A times 10 to the power of the n, right? So the A is actually a number that must be more than, can be equal to 1, but it must be less than 10. Okay, so when the number is more than 1, the n will be positive, and when number is less than 1, the n will be negative. So obviously for this question, the answer will have negative power, which is actually moving the decimal how many place. We have 0.01267, so that means we need to move 2 places. From here we will move to 1 and then 2, so it will become 1.2. So if we write, it will be 1.267. Okay, 1.267 times 10 to the power of negative 2. Alright, so if you round off, you will get the answer, which is D. Okay, for this question, Che Amina worked as a teacher. She earned 4,500 as her income, and Che Amina also has 2 houses which she rents, each of them 650. So that means the inflow will be income plus with the renter, right? So let's write down. Income is RM 4,500, right? 4,500. So let me write down properly. Okay, inflow is equal to, okay, let's see, it's RM 4,500 plus the renter 650 times 2, right? So it's RM, if we plus a 2, will be 4,500 ringgit Malaysia plus 1,300, right? So the answer is ringgit Malaysia 5,800, right? And then the outflow will be equal to RM 1,800, right? And then the expenses is 700, so it's 1,800 plus 700, so it's RM 2,500. So that means the cash flow will be positive cash flow. Cash flow is equal to the inflow, which is RM 5,800 minus RM 2,500. So the cash flow is equivalent to RM 3,300. So this is the answer. Okay, this is about the cash flow. Then for this question is quite simple. Find the duration of time in second of the uniform speed. Uniform speed is here. Let's the speed remain unchanged, and the duration is from 5th to 12th. so it's 7 seconds. So it's very simple. So the working is just taking 7 seconds. 12 minus 5, which is 7 seconds. For this question is quite simple. Which of the following graph represents the function y equal to x squared minus 2? The y and the fx are the same, so we just identify this is a equal to 1, so it's a happy face, and the y-intercept is let x 0, y is negative 2, so this should be the answer, happy face, and the y-intercept is negative 2. And then let's proceed to the next question. For this question, the question is saying that is a score by a group of students in the quiz. The student who obtains score more than 2 will be given a prize. More than 2 will be score 3 and 4. We have 21 plus 9, which is 30 students. And then given that the number of students who receive prize is 2 times of students who did not receive the prize. So did not receive the prize will be k plus 10. Alright, so let's form the relationship. Student who received the prize is 30 is equal to 2 times the student who did not receive will be k plus 10. Right, so how to solve this? Okay, we divide by 2 both sides. 15 equal to k plus 10, so that means the k is equal to 5. Right, that is the answer. So for next question, we will do number 6. It's actually about the point p prime is the image of p under translation phi negative 2. Phi negative 2. Okay, so we are asking which of the point ABCD is a point P. That means this is the image, so the translation is phi negative 2. So that means we are going to go reverse to find back the object, negative phi and positive 2. Right, okay, so this is the object and image. Is relationship is okay, 5 and then negative 2. Alright, so the object is at the point D. Alright, so let's see. Next question is about the probability. We have marbles, 5 red marbles. Okay, marble red we have 5. Yellow we have how many? Yellow we have the 3, and then the green we have X, a number of we don't know. And then the probability of picking the yellow marbles. Okay, based on this sentence, probability of yellow marbles means 3 over number of sample space is 1 over 6. So that means number of sample space is 18, 6 times 3. So hence we can solve the X. That means the X is 18 minus 3 minus 5. So the green is actually just 10. So the question is asking find the probability of picking a marble which is not green. Not green will be here, 8. Sample space will be 18. So answer is 4 over 9, right? So it's pretty easy for this paper 1. So I'm sure you can do well in your maths paper. So I'm going to discuss the section A. Okay, diagram 1 shows a composite solid from a combination of cube and a right prism. So formula for the cube is we just identify the cube is here. So this is a cube, this is a cube. So for the cube, actually we want to see here is 1.5, right? Because it's given here 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So the cube volume for the cube is 1.5 cube. Okay, so it's actually, if you press the calculator, you get 3/8 cubic meter. And then for the volume for the prism, we have to identify the faces which are identical. Is a trapezium, and the height between the two faces is actually the distance. So volume for the prism is A times with the H, and this is the H. Okay, the area is 1/2. The A will be the shorter one. Let's highlight the A is here. 1.5 is the height of the same height with the cube, 3.25. Okay, A plus B times the height of the trapezium and times the distance between the two uniform cross section, which is 1.5 cubic meter. So if you press the calculator, you will get the answer, which is 5/11/32. So the volume for the combined solid, for the composite solid, is equal to 5/11/32 plus 3/8. So the answer will be 8/23/32 cubic meter, right? So it's better to give the answer in fraction. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. This is actually two parallel lines, PQ and TR, drawn on a Cartesian plane. And these two lines for sure are parallel lines, so that means they are having the same gradient. So the gradient can be obtained either by reading from the equation. For equation PQ, the m is actually the number in front of the x. Okay, if they give you equation, you just identify the m from the equation. Alright, so the m is -2. So we can always use y equal to mx plus c, and we substitute the 7 as a y and the 9 as a x and the gradient as -2 to obtain the c. So let's see, m TR is actually equal to m PQ and is equal to -2. So y equal to -2x plus c. The point is 9, 7. 7 equal to -2, 9 plus c. So the c is actually 25. So let's write down y equal to -2x plus 25. Right, so then next question is state the x-intercept of the straight line. So we have to, for B, we have to let y 0 in order to find the x-intercept. So the x is 25/2, but we need to write the answer inwards. X-intercept is 25/2 or 12.5. So remember to write inwards x-intercept. Alright, so let's proceed to question number 3. State the converse of the following implication. State whether the converse is true or false. Implication: if P, then Q. Converse: if Q, then P. So this is your Q, this is your P. So the answer is if m less than 12, then m less than 8. Is it true or false? The question asking. So let's say if m is 11 less than 12, is 11 less than 8? The answer is no. So this is a false statement. The converse is false. Then for this one, if y equal to mx plus c, then m is the gradient of the straight line. The conclusion is y not equal to mx plus c, so we'll copy down this one. M is not the gradient. M is not the gradient of the straight line, right? Of the straight line. Alright, so we have complete this question. This is logical math. Okay, for this one, you are given the movement of an object that moves between P and Q. The distance of PQ is 35 meters. So we are going to draw the graph. So let's go to the graph. For 1 is actually from 0 is, let's read again, 0, 0, 1, 10 to 20. Okay, so let's write. This is actually 0, 0, and then the 2 will be 20. So we have a straight line like this. Okay, 1 will be 10, and then the distance unchanged until the 4th, and then it will go up to 35. Go to 35 before it come down to, this is 35, this is 25. Okay, on the 6th is actually 25 is here, 25 here, so it will come down like this. Alright, so this is a graph. Okay, so for calculate the speed of the object in the first 2 minutes. So let's write 2 minutes is here. The speed in, let's see the unit, meter per second. So seconds, so we have to convert 2 minutes is, I'm going to use a gradient. 2 minutes is 120 seconds. Distance is 25. This is 0, 0. Right, or 20. This is 20. This point is at a 20, right? Okay, so make sure it's correct. So speed is equal to y2 minus y1 in meter over 120 minus 0 in second. So the answer is 1/6 meter per second. Alright, I have solved the distance time graph. Okay, determine whether each of the following satisfy the correct inequalities. So normally for this one, we will just create a simple table for the y, x minus 4. Okay, we'll use the x, which is 4. Right, 4 minus 4 is actually 0. The 2 is more than 0, so we chose this answer. Okay, so for this one, we'll use a table again. Alright, so this is x, this is y. No, we will do the table like this. This is y, this is negative 2x plus 8. When the x is 3, will be negative 2 times 3 plus 8. So it's 2. So 5 is more than 2. So again, we will choose this answer. Okay, and then for this one, we will, this is actually y, half x plus 3. Okay, half times 2 plus 3, we are getting 4. So 3 is less than 4. So we have less than 4. Right? So the answer will be y more than x minus 4, y more than negative 2x plus 8, and y less than half x plus 3. Right? We have solved the 3 inequalities. Now we're going to draw these 3 inequality on the graph. Sketch. We're going to sketch, not draw. So we have y equal to x minus 4. So when x 0, y is negative 4. So we have to, when y is 0, x is 4. So I'm going to sketch the line like this. I'm going to sketch with a dotted line because it's actually not equal. This is negative 4, this is 4. Right? So I have one line here, y equal to x minus 4. Then how about y equal to negative 2x plus 8. When x 0, my y is 8. Okay, when y 0, my x is 4, right? You substitute carefully. So it means the graph will be something like this. Okay. Now I have two lines, which is another one. Y is okay, I'm going to change the color. Half x plus 3. When x 0, y is 3. Okay, when y 0, x will be negative 6. Right, so it will be something like this. Okay, so it will be below the line, above. Okay, so I think I can shade the region like this. This is the region R. Alright, so this is the region that we call as region R. Okay, so all the lines are dashed line because there is no equal for these 3 inequalities. So that's a shaded region for the question involving inequalities. Alright, so we have another question which is actually about the statistic and also other question. So I'm going to discuss this in right, so I'm going to discuss this one. Okay, so this is actually about the statistic. So normally for statistic we will actually try to use the standard deviation, right? Okay, before you can use a standard deviation, you need to find the mean marks for them. So let me show how to find them. We actually want to show the achievements of 2 students in 5 mathematics tests, and then the teachers want to choose one of them to represent their class in a school mathematics quiz. Alright, so we have all the marks for Sophia and Armin: 50, 64, 70, 74, 90. And then for the Armin, we have 60, 64, 72, 65, and 74. If you look at the marks, actually you are not sure which one is actually the better candidates for representing the quiz. So let's find the mean for both of them, for Sophia and for Armin. So we have to find their mean marks and we have to find their standard deviation. Okay, let's find the mean marks for Armin and also for Sophia. Okay, I'm counting the Sophia's mark. Okay, Sophia is I'm using the red color. Mean for Sophia is 50 plus 64, and then we have 70, and we have 74, we have 90, right? Divide by 5. Okay, if you press your calculator, is 69.6. Okay, this is Sophia, and for Amin, we will calculate the mean. For Amin also, we have let me change. It's will be 60 plus 64 plus 72 plus 65 plus 74. Okay, this is Amin over 5. So we have the mean, which is 67. So their mean are not the same. Okay, so now we are going to find the standard deviation for both of them. So let me calculate the standard deviation for Sophia. Okay, standard deviation for Sophia is actually square root. I have to, it's quite long. I have to square 1 by 1, and then I have to plus 1 by 1, right? Plus 74 plus 90 square, sum of data square over 5, and then I have to minus out the mean, which is 69.6 square, right? So my answer for the mean is 69.6, and this is a variant. After I square root, I will get the answer, which is 13.0476 standard deviation for Sophia. And then for standard deviation for Amin, I will get the 60 square plus 64 square plus 77 plus 72 square plus the 65 square plus 74 square over total 5, and I need to minus out the 67 square. So the standard deviation for Amin is 5.2154. So based on the smaller standard deviation, so the candidate that I will choose will be Amin, right? Okay, by looking at this, it seems like the standard deviation for Sophia is quite high, and then for Amin is lower. So the conclusion is Amin will be deserve to represent their class. In the quiz, in the max quiz, compared to Sophia, because the standard deviation, we just mentioned standard deviation, no need to mention about the mean. The standard deviation, okay, for Amin is, okay, we got 5 point something, 5.2154, which is lower than Sophia. standard deviation. Which is Sophia's standard deviation is quite high, 13.0476, which is 13.0476. And then we can write the smaller the value of standard deviation, the more consistent the data is. Okay, so this show that the conclusion is Amin's performance is more consistent compared to than Sophia. Okay, consistent than Sophia. Right? So that is how you answer for question involving standard deviation. For the teachers to choose the best candidates is based on the smaller standard deviation. Alright, okay, so I will share with you more on section B and section C in my next video sharing. Bye bye and have a nice day.